Watch this video, and I'll be back with my commentary.
Y'all get up and move. Get out the class, everybody get out the class. Everybody get out the class.
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this vast planet we call Earth. This is Damon from Life Inspiration. Today I'm here to talk to you about the broken system, school part 2. This is my second video on the broken system. Part 1 is listed in the description below. But if you have already not done so, I will ask you to please consider liking, sharing, and maybe subscribing to this channel. Help me get the message out. The video we just watched was not funny. It was not funny at all. It was very troubling, to say the least. A very troubling video. In this video, I'm not trying to be scientific, or have empirical data. You know, I am a college graduate. I understand the importance of empirical data and all the things that go with it. Research, I understand that importance. I really do. I understand the importance. But today, my commentary is coming basically from my life's experience. And how many know life experience is probably one of the best experiences you can have? Let me be clear. Training and teaching a child starts at home. Teachers are not equipped to handle your unruly, disrespectful child. When I was younger and I got out of line, oftentimes I would get out of line. But my mom and my dad handled me. Yes, whether it was a verbal correction or sometimes a spanking, but I was handled. And after I was handled, I thought twice about acting up again. And let's be real. We live in a broken society. And right now, in 2022, we are eating the fruits of the seeds that were planted years ago. No prayer in school, we're eating this fruit. Parents being held accountable and disciplining their child, we're eating their fruit. Broken communities, fathers being taken out of homes, mass incarceration on the uprise. It's been made a business. We are eating its fruit. So oftentimes we choose to medicate our children as opposed to disciplining them. When I was a child, they said I was hyperactive and they wanted to put me on all these drugs, Ritalin and all that stuff. My mom said, no, he just has a behavioral problem and we'll correct it. And guess what? Here I am today, successful and blessed because I had parents who cared for me. Let me be true. Let me be real. Discipline never hurts a child. It's the lack of discipline that hurts that child in the long run. I remember growing up, my friends, my mom kept us in church. My dad stayed in my life, and they were very strict on me. My friends will often laugh like, man, your parents are too tough. You got to go in after dark. You can't hang out till midnight or 1 in the morning. And back then I felt uneasy about my friends teasing me about that. But fast forward 30, 40 years later, and now I'm still friends with a couple of those folks I grew up with, and they were like, man, I wish I had parents that would treat me the way your mom and dad treated you. They laughed then, but they're not laughing now because many of them have gone to prison, hard experiences and brokenness in life because they ate the fruits that their parents planted. It's funny how we dismiss the practices of the past when our ancestors, our grandparents would discipline us. Even neighbors would discipline us. And we had community. And we kept those communities in line. Everyone took care of everyone's child. And now many of these communities have been decimated. and look at the very correlation to the decimation of the community, to the brokenness of the family. We have brokenness in school. There are direct correlations. School should be a place of learning, a place where teachers can teach. How many know school should be a place where teachers can teach? School should be a place where teachers are giving out learning instructions. And many of these teachers, let's be real, are not equipped to handle your unruly child. I used to be a security director at a place in Maryland called Charles Hickey School for Boys. And this was a correctional institution for children, for youth. It was a correctional institution for those who committed crimes. And oftentimes we had that type of behavior in our classrooms. But these were troubled youth. But what I'm seeing now in a lot of these school systems is the same behavior that we had to correct in that correctional facility, they're having to correct in our school system. My younger sister is a teacher. Now she works in the administrative office for Baltimore County School System. And I remember when she was up for a promotion and she got the job and she was out. She started in the classroom for the first 5 years. Then she got a promotion to be like a teacher mentor. She would travel from school to school. So she didn't have direct interaction in the classroom after that. But then they eliminated that role. And they was going to put her back in the classroom. And I remember how she was very, very upset because she did not want to go back into that classroom. She said, Damon, it's not fun. It's not teaching. I spend most of my time disciplining because these parents don't want to handle their children. And then when I give their children failing grades, I get calls from the parents, cussed out by the parents. And then I ask the parents, when was the last PTA you came to? Why didn't you come to the parents-teacher conference? Why didn't you come to the parents? Your child didn't turn in any homework all year long or all semester. And you want to hold me accountable? I'm just doing my job. Let's be clear. Your child's training and discipline is not the responsibility of the school. The school system is failing and underperforming in so many areas, and now we're adding discipline to it. That makes it that much worse. I remember Charles Barkley once said, I am not your role model. Role modeling starts at home. You, the parent, are the primary responsibility for ensuring your child has the right direction. But the real question is, if you, a parent, have no direction, what are you giving your child? Earth, Wind, and Fire had a song that said like this: you cannot give what you never had. You cannot give what you never had. So you may ask me, Damon, what should I do now? You know, I have an unruly child and my child is part of a school system that's broken or whatever it may be. Let me be clear. You cannot change the world, but you can influence change in your own household. You can influence change in your community. So the first thing I would say is get involved in your child's life. Your child, especially the younger they are, they take precedent. Spend time with your child. Sacrifice the pleasures of doing you and spend your free time developing and training up your child. Second, discipline starts at home. And I'm not talking about just disciplining with the belt, but conversations, giving rewards for good behavior, and giving punishment when deserved. Third, teach your child to help others. I learned it's more blessed to give than to receive. And when you see others smile because something you're able to provide from them, that's more rewarding than getting a gift. Fourth, teach your child the importance of an honest day work. My daughter used to laugh at me or she would come down, or not laugh sometimes, she would get angry because she wanted to do some things. And I work a hard job. And there was times I was tired. I'm like, baby, we just gonna have to go out next time. Let's sit home, grab something to eat, and watch a movie or something. She wanted to go to the mall or something. It wasn't until she started working. She started waiting tables at 16. And she had to be at that job at 7 a.m. and she's working sometimes till 11 at night. So they needed overtime. Or she's working a regular shift. And when I would pick her up from work, she was so tired. And I remember by the end of the summer, you could see it all over her face. And I said, now, baby, you got a glimpse into what daddy's been dealing with. for over 30-something plus years. Now she has a renewed respect for what daddy does. If you are not with the other parent, and I know many of us have broken families, 80% of our kids are birthed out of wedlock, and I remember in my generation, I know even so today, many of our households didn't have a father. I was one of the few, maybe 2 or 3 in the whole community that had a dad. My dad didn't live with us, but he was very instrumentally involved in my life. I would encourage you, if you can, establish a relationship with that parent. I know a lot of fathers. I have friends who are fathers, and many of them want to be involved in that child's life. Try reestablishing that relationship. Try encouraging that father to let him be a dad, or vice versa, if the mom's not involved. But having that child, having 2 parents, is ultra critical to a child's development. And last, but the most important thing I would tell you, I would advise you, is having a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. This is the most important thing you can do. The Bible is my roadmap, my blueprint for success in life. So the question I have to ask you have to ask yourself, what is the roadmap, the blueprint that's guiding you through this life? Well, again, if you like this video, I will ask you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and help us get the word out to the world. Until next time, be blessed.